Hey everyone! It's springtime, almost Easter, almost Fiesta. I don't live in Texas anymore, but I grew up there, and I have fond memories around this time of year of getting cracked in the head with cascarones. They're basically confetti-filled eggs that you run around and chase your friends and hit them over the head with them, and sprinkle the confetti all over the place. I can't find these anywhere where I live now, and I was feeling a little homesick this year, so I decided to make some of my own. And of course, that means I'll be teaching you how to make some for yourself as well. Even if you don't celebrate Fiesta, these would be great for Easter egg hunts or springtime birthday parties. People like to use these for Easter egg hunts rather than hard-boiled eggs, because if you hit it too well and your kids miss an egg or two, then they won't get all rotten and stinky and gross like an edible egg would. Anyway, let's get started. You'll need eggs, a thumbtack or nail, a toothpick, stuff to decorate the eggs, such as dye, paint, glitter, whatever, biodegradable confetti, tissue paper, and glue. Use a thumbtack to poke a hole in the top of the egg. Flip it over and poke another hole in the bottom. Make it slightly bigger than the first hole, big enough to fit a toothpick in. Stick the toothpick in and wiggle it around to break up the egg yolk. Over a bowl, blow into the top hole to force the inside of the egg out. Set the empty egg aside and repeat to all of your eggs. If you're feeling brave, you could just create a big hole on top to begin with instead of poking two holes and blowing the egg out. Some people can do this by tapping it with a spoon or on the edge of a bowl, but I ended up just poking the hole with my thumbtack and then carefully chipping away at the edges until it was about an inch in diameter. If you empty the eggs the first way by blowing them out, then after they're emptied, you need to carefully enlarge the top holes until they're about an inch in diameter. Clean the eggshells with warm soapy water and set them aside to dry. And now it's time to decorate. You can decorate these things however you'd like. I chose to dye them. I tried to do a marbling technique where you mix some vegetable oil into water with dye in it, and then you dunk the egg in. It didn't work quite as well with brown eggs. At least, it doesn't dye as quickly as white eggs would have. I had to roll them around in the water, dye, oil mixture for a while until it started to take on some color. And then, I just gave up and dipped the whole thing into a darker dye bath anyway. They could have been prettier if I started with white eggs, or just didn't attempt the marble technique. Oh well. Don't forget that you could just paint them with craft paint, or cover them with glitter, or anything like that. Have fun with it. Anyway, after you're done decorating, let them dry completely, and while you're waiting, you can go ahead and cut up some tissue paper circles about 2 inches in diameter to cover the holes in the eggs. Once they're dry, it's time to fill them up. Fill each egg with the confetti. Spread some glue around the opening. And place the tissue paper over the hole, patting it down to secure it. And you're done. Typically, you break these things outside because they're obviously going to create a mess, so you want to be sure to use some confetti that's biodegradable so it'll eventually break down. I hope you all enjoyed this week's project. If you did, then please leave a like, and if you want to see more, then feel free to subscribe. I post DIY videos every Thursday. You can follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, or Pinterest, and I'll leave the information to those down below. If you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, please leave a comment down below, and I'll see you next week!